Hi everyone, welcome to my channel Code with Surya Official. Today we are diving into the exciting topic, the web development roadmap for 2024. Whether you are a beginner or looking to a level of your skill, this video will help you to understand the roadmap of web development. So let's get started. Let's talk about the skill you need to become a web developer. Web development is generally broken down into two categories, front-end development and back-end development. Then full-stack development is a combination of both. Let's start with front-end. Front-end development focuses on designing and building a website or app that users interact directly, whether they are using a browser or a mobile device. Back-end development manages everything that operates behind the scene, including data processing, storage, and application logic. You just think like when you visit a restaurant, you experience the dining area, chairs, tables, and menu item, and overall things like mood, atmosphere, or feel of a place. That is your front-end. The backend is like the kitchen of your restaurant where all the actions taken place behind the scene. If you are looking to start your career as a web developer, I recommend that start with front-end development. HTML, CSS and JavaScript are the building blocks of front-end development. Let's imagine you are building a house. HTML is the blueprint of your house. It's defined the layout of your structure of your house, means how many different rooms are there, how many bathrooms are there, and so on. CSS is like the interior design of your house. It determines how your rooms looks like, including color and overall style. JavaScript is like electrician who is installed the smart features in your house. It adds interactive and dynamic elements such as automated lighting or smart home system. So, HTML, CSS and JavaScript are the fundamental building blocks to learn front-end web development. HTML provides the structure, CSS handles the styling, and JavaScript adds interactive and dynamic functionality. Start with HTML. It should take about 4 to 5 days to learn basic. Next, spend 1 month learning CSS to understand the styling and layout. After that, start with JavaScript. Will take around 2 months to cover all the essential concepts. After that, work on some basic project using HTML, CSS and JavaScript to apply what you have learned and gain practical experience. After completing your projects, you can start applying for job, but it might be challenging to get a job with just these skills alone, because companies are using libraries and frameworks to make their tasks very easy. You should learn a CSS framework. There are so many options are available, but start with either Bootstrap or Tailwind CSS. After learning a CSS framework, move on to JavaScript framework. There are 3 major JavaScript frameworks and libraries are there, such as Angular, React and Vue. Start with React.js because it is a small library and also a most popular library in the world for building single page application. If you are already good in JavaScript, learning React takes about 15 to 20 days to understand the core concept. After learning a React, you can start Next.js. Next.js is a React framework that provides features for server-side rendering and static page generation. Congratulations! After learning all these skills, you are become a front-end developer. Let's talk about backend development. Backend development generally involves 2 main components, the server and the database. Server is responsible for handling client requests, processing them and sending back as a response. It acts as the middleware between the database and the client. To get started with backend development, it is better to choose a programming language first. There are so many programming languages are there, such as Java, C#, Python, JavaScript and many more. I have created a video of why should we learn programming language, where I explained the importance of the fundamental step. If you haven't seen yet, I highly recommend you to check it out for a better understanding. As I told you earlier, in the front end we already learned JavaScript. JavaScript is also used for backend development. It was originally designed as a scripting language for web browser. To run JavaScript on the server or backend, we need to use Node.js. Node.js is a JavaScript runtime for web server. We need to use JS framework for backend as well. Express.js provides you all the tools you need to build API. Basically, you place all your orders or requests with an API and the API responds to you with the information you need. An API does with the help of the data stored in the database. There are many types of databases, which are mainly divided into 2 types, SQL and NoSQL. SQL stands for Structured Query Language and are organized into tables and relationships. For example, Oracle, MySQL, SQL Server, these all are SQL databases. No SQL databases are designed for unstructured data and use flexible schema. For example, MongoDB. So go with MongoDB. To connect with our database, we are using one library known as Mongoose. It will help you to talk to MongoDB database. Now you create some backend projects and then connect with frontend. If you are able to connect with frontend, then congratulations, you are become a full stack developer. This is the long journey of a web development. If you want to become a web developer, then you need to follow these steps. Most of the people give up, but if you practice every day and stay consistent, you will definitely get a job. This is all about this video. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up. It really motivates me. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, Code with Surya Official. Till then, keep smiling and happy coding. See you in the next video.